What's going on? It's your boy Keylluminati. I'm here with TampaMystic on the industry's most wanted podcast. Make sure y'all tune in and listen. We dropping jewels. Keylluminati tatted on the fucking body.
I'm not a player, but I'm taking shots. Bitch, you know I'm hot, and they know I got this shit on lock. Nigga, I'm at the top. Grim Reaper make your heart stop. Put you in the box. Got a switch on the clock. I swear this shit will never stop. Nigga, I'm the best on my worst day. Fresh like the first day. Hang out with Ben Franks. Look like I robbed banks. Running like.
What's going on, man? It's your girl, TampaMystic, and we are back on the industry's most wanted podcast.
Wanted.
Listen, we got Keylluminati. Did I say it right?
Yep,
I always fumble on your name. Boom. I don't know why.
Yeah, you got it right that time.
I think I got to say it slowly. Keylluminati in the building. What's going on with you, bro?
I'm good. I'm chilling. Living life.
Facts. I appreciate you being here. You're fresh off the road. You just got back from my city.
Yep, that's my city.
That's my city. I wear it. It's in my name. It's right there, Tampa. No, I'm just messing with you. You just got back from our city. But listen, I appreciate you being here tonight. You came and showed out at the most recent Industry's Most Wanted Showcase.
Right. I
So,
appreciate y'all for having me.
Of course. So we want to invite you over here, so people to really get to understand what you got going on. So break it all the way down, man. Like, who is Keylluminati?
I'm just, like you say, city boy from Tampa, Florida. I started out like writing poems, everything like that, and then I think like one day we just had a group of people that was like, "Yo, y'all want to just go to the studio and make some music in one day?" And that just how it happened right then and there. It started like that, and then I didn't take it serious at first. I think it took like a year or two.
Yeah.
After that, and that's when I really like jumped into it, and then we started doing like more videos and stuff like that. So and showcases around like last year, this year. So like I'm really rolling with it right now.
Got you. Did you grow up in Tampa?
Mm-hmm. Born and raised.
So you are 813, baby, like I am, for real.
Right. Yep.
Okay. Take us back, man. Like, I knew my experience and what it was like growing up, because I actually, when I was born, we lived in Tampa. Then we moved, around. We went to Largo. I lived in Safety Harbor. I lived in Clearwater, all the surrounding areas. And then back to Tampa. But right before I moved here, I was living in Tampa for a few years. What was it like for you growing up out there?
It was like, so I don't like, cause it wasn't like rough, but I had like three brothers, four brothers, mom, dad, work and stuff like that. So, my brothers like mostly did all like the street stuff and all that, and they mostly tried to keep me out of that, cause I was the brains of the family basically. So
you a nerd? I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing with you.
I was the brains of them, so most when they did that, they tried to keep me out the streets and stuff like that. But you still learn from them.
Of
and
course,
like that.
Of course.
And like I had a nice upbringing. Like it wasn't rough or anything like that. But it was manageable. I give it that. It was manageable.
Got you. Understood. Me being from Tampa, I know obviously I'm very much your elder. But, some of my memories of growing up, and I don't even want to say necessarily Tampa, but just Florida, period. I love Florida music.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dog Blood Raw. That's one of my besties right there. You know what I'm saying? He true Florida to heart. But taking it back, I remember going to the flea market and copping all the Jam Pony mixtapes. That's true Florida stuff.
Them CDs and all that stuff they used to have on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Ties, mixtape and all that stuff. Yeah.
Most definitely. So would you say growing up in Florida had an influence for you wanting to do music?
Yeah, it really did. Especially when because when I was growing up, they had all the cranking and all that stuff.
Yeah,
they started doing that. So you start hearing that music and them seeing these people dance and stuff like that. That little culture, it played a big role into it.
Absolutely. Shout out to Tom G. Shout out to my dog, Famous Kid Brick. There's a lot of dope talents that come out of the Tampa, St. Pete area. Anybody out there that you collabed with?
The two, I just have the two that I collab with the most. Gonna be my brother, E.A. Dre. Shout out E.A. Dre and RFB for Life. We just did a music video with her. It was that Sunday. So Sunday we did a music video with her, and we're waiting on that music video to come out. But shout out to them.
So you live in Atlanta now? Kind of back and forth?
Back and forth, yeah.
I got you. Understood. Did you come out here to pursue music?
It worked both ways. I got a job out here too, and Black Hollywood out here, so came out here to music, hoping the music scene worked for me. So
For
I'm
real.
here for a while, so
What's it been like for you since you've been out here in the
Um,
great city of Atlanta?
So I'm like in the middle. I'm near like I'm closer to like Augusta or whatever. So
Okay.
over that way, it's kind of like slower. When you get over here, you know, it reminds me still of Tampa, just like more traffic and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The showcases is different. Like I was telling like my brother, if when you're doing music and stuff like that, because you know everybody wants to show off like their talent of their bars and all this stuff. So when they're making their songs and stuff, they don't have like choruses.
Yeah.
And they'll just run through them. And I'm guilty of that because I did it before too. But when I came out here, I started putting like having a chorus, make sure it's like repetitive a little bit, not too repetitive stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I'm in front of new faces of people I don't know.
Of course.
So of course, if you got the bars, they'll just bob their head to it or whatever. But if you have a chorus in there, once you've done your bars, they can actually like sing along with it because they know, okay, this is gonna come back, it's gonna be repetitive.
Exactly.
When I did that out here a couple times, I get the feedback and stuff like that. So the music scene here it's been working for me.
Absolutely. I think that's a good tactic to draw people in because people are going to resonate stuff that they're familiar with.
Right.
Whether it be what you're talking about or how you deliver the song, like you said, having a little bit of repetitiveness in there. People be like, oh, that's catchy. I can pick up on it. I can sing along with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep,
So
that's why when I do my songs or whatever, I got two of them like that. So it's like, hey, before I even started, when y'all catch the chorus, make sure y'all sing along. You're going to catch the chorus, you're going to hear it, make sure y'all sing along.
So since you've been out here doing music, it sounds like you've definitely switched up your style a little bit. How are people out here versus back home receiving the new style of music?
So back home, like I was not home when I started doing music.
Yeah.
To actually be honest with you. But when I go back there to do the shows, they respond to the music just like they do here.
Yeah.
The only one time, I think in Augusta, I did like a showcase in Augusta, and I did this song I had called "Tell Me," and they didn't like respond to it. He was like, he didn't really know what I was talking about, or something like that. But you know, to each his own and stuff.
Of course.
Like that. So you just take that and you just run with it or whatever. But besides that, the people in Atlanta and in Tampa, they all respond to it the same.
Absolutely. One thing about life, man, we can't please everybody.
Right.
Not everybody on earth is going to resonate with your music, and that's okay. Because not everybody resonates with Drake, and he's one of the GOATs. Not everybody resonates with Wayne, he's one of the GOATs.
Right.
But I don't stop nobody.
Exactly.
You know, one monkey don't stop the show, as they say. You know what I'm saying? Like, you keep it moving, and you cater to the ones who do like your music.
Right.
Who has been a few of your inspirations along the way?
Like celebrity-wise?
No, it could be anybody. I'm talking like, you know, like OG Bigger Rankin's one of my inspirations. You know, who's been a couple for you?
So of one biggest one is gonna be my brother. He passed away 2009. So
I'm so sorry to hear that.
You'll hear me like almost like every single song that I do. You'll hear me say "Rest in peace, Greg" or something like that.
How old was he when he passed?
17.
What?
Yeah, 17.
I'm so sorry. He barely started life. That's sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
So yeah, that's like my biggest inspiration. One of my biggest inspirations. Then of course my family and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So like I don't really like straight too far away from my family. Circle small.
Understood.
So yeah.
I see you move kind of solo dolo too.
Cause you know people. Because you start to get somewhere, then you got people who envy you, and it starts out in your circle that these people are these snakes. They've been snakes the whole time. So,
That is the biggest facts ever. It's so funny because shout out to Beezy. He from Florida. I just interviewed him a few days ago. Yeah, he's got big things popping down in Miami, but he's out here in ATL. We had that same conversation. Like, it be the people close to you that are envious of you,
right?
And people who carry envy in their heart can be dangerous. Because they'll do stuff to try to tear you down.
Especially when they're close to you. So it's like,
yes,
you listen to these people, and then it's like you don't notice it right then and there. Then, hey, you shouldn't do that. That's not a good idea. That's not a good idea. And they just mad. So
yeah.
So yeah, I'm not saying that your family can't do it either, but
no, they definitely for sure can. You know what I'm saying?
Those my brothers and I think it's really just like my brothers, my close knit family, the only people like I deal with basically. So
yeah. So let's talk about your music a little bit more in depth. You know, take us back when you first started really, you know, getting serious into music and actually releasing it on the platforms, or whether you started out on SoundCloud, wherever you started releasing your music. What was that very first song you put out? Do you remember?
The very first song. So when I first started doing music, my very, very first song was what was it called? I forget the name of it because it wasn't like my song, but I was just on it. Cause
Right.
that was like the
What was your
song.
first song that you put out as a single?
Oh, the first song I put out
Yeah.
as my song was this song. It's called Everybody.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
It was basically I say like conscious rap song about basically black people and all stuff like that. How everything's basically like people want to be black basically, but then when it's time to when it's time to like be black and stuff like that, nobody wants to take like the repercussions and stuff like that.
Yeah, people don't hold accountability for who they really are
Right,
sometimes.
So that was my first song that I put out, and when I did that, some people liked it, some people didn't, and things like that. But like you said, everybody's not gonna like what you put out, so I took that with a grain of salt, and then we just kept moving on with it.
Absolutely. So if we went back and listened to that very first song, and we fast forward to the records you're putting out now, what are we gonna hear different?
My voice has changed because at first when I started rapping, you can tell that I was like reading my lyrics and stuff like that. I sounded like I was monotone. My voice was low like it is right now, and now it's like I don't know why I thought that's just okay. I just needed to do it like that, but then now I done got used to everything.
You're comfortable with it now.
I'm louder. I can go in there and I can write what I have and then just go in there and just rap it too. One thing I can't do that I still don't understand how people do it is like not rap or not write and just go in the studio and do it. I can't do it.
Listen, I
cannot do it.
I wouldn't be able to do it either because my mind, I don't think works fast enough. Yeah. I think you really your mind has to move fast because you have to think about stuff. Not only does it rhyme, but it's got to make some sense too. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to all the artists that can go in the studio and just freestyle and punch in and just like go, because I sure wouldn't be. I would be like you. I'd have to be a writer for sure.
My brother E.A. Dre, he does that all the time. When I have him over at my house and we record music, I'm sitting there hours writing something, then I get like my little verse in there and then ask him to go and he'll just jump right in there.
Just goes in there and goes. When it comes to like your producers and stuff that you've been working with, how do you select the producers that you actually want to create a song with?
So I go and listen to like what they have, basically their little catalog of whatever the beats that they've been using, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And if I can, because I can't freestyle like that either. Like everything I do has to be written. Basically.
Yeah.
So if I can feel like I'm flowing with it, freestyling with it, then I'll choose, hey, I like some of these beats you got. So there was, I'm pretty sure there's some popular ones on YouTube and stuff like that. Like, if you ever hear like Dilly got it bumping and stuff like that, I'll reach out to them and get their beats and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's dope, man.
If I can flow to it like that, I'll be like, okay, yeah, this is where I need to be at.
Where do you want to go with your music?
To the top, like everybody else.
but like, what is your definition of the top? Because everybody's maybe a little bit different.
I just want to be able to, like, I'm not tired of it. As long as I don't get tired of, like, I'm just having fun with it and stuff like that, I'm fine with that. I don't have to get anything. I just want, let me be able to express myself, let people respond to it positively. If y'all want to hear, let me know. And that's it. Like, I'm good with where I'm at right now. So, I really want to do like more shows and stuff like that because I haven't really done, since I've been in Atlanta, I've done like a couple.
Yeah.
So I
know you're going to be there for my birthday bash.
When is that one?
April 27th.
April 27th. We'll work it out.
I'm just messing with you.
I want to do like more shows like that, and I want to be able to do like a festival. I haven't done a festival yet.
Oh yeah, that would be major. When I first moved here, I would say maybe I think it was my first or second year here. I don't know how, but I got booked to host the main stage at the Sweet Auburn Music Fest. And over that weekend, there's thousands of people in attendance, right? They reached out to me and asked me to host the main stage where the artists were performing, and it was such an honor. I'm like, dang, I'm not from Atlanta. I just moved here. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure there may have been some people from Atlanta a little bit salty, like, dang, I'm from here, and how is she hosting it?
Right.
But it's because, I take what I do very seriously. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, those festivals are amazing because it puts you in front of audiences of like thousands of people that don't know you.
Right. That's what. So I was telling my brother also about that, like doing like features and stuff like that. Because people just, oh no, I'm just do it by myself. But you get stuck into your little fan base, and you can do features with people where it's like it benefits both of you guys because you'll reach out and get their fans and
100%.
Your fans. So. got to be able to be willing to like branch out also.
I agree. I think it's important as an independent artist on the rise. You got to think of so many different tactics to get your name, your brand, your music out there. And one of them is definitely doing features with artists outside your city.
Yeah.
Doing some inside your city is cool, but you know, you want to go to Texas and people know you a little bit because you done collabed with a Dallas or a Houston artist. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, that showcase we just did.
Yeah.
Most Wanted showcase. I definitely got all their Instagram stuff like that. I've been reaching out to them already.
Shout out Trilly Poke too. That's my dog, man.
Yeah,
he's a ball of energy.
Yeah, his song, it was stuck in my head for like the next 2 days.
I'm the man. That is really dope.
Yeah, I've definitely been reaching out to them, like, because my next project, I want features on there. So.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that you have to take from those type of events is meeting people and then actually following up with those people.
Because people think, oh, nah, he's not better than me. He's not better than me. I'm not doing it. That's like, I feel like that's what people just think when they go out there. Like, oh, he's not better than me, so I'm not going to do a song with him or anything like that. Well, they feel like they're the best ones at the showcase, so they don't want to reach out to nobody.
So this year we're celebrating 50 years of hip hop, which is big. You know what I'm saying? Like we are both a part of a business that is turning 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? And that's major. With that being said, you know, what is something that you would maybe want to do this year to celebrate 50 years? Maybe you haven't even thought about it yet. You know, to get back to the culture, because if it wasn't for this hip hop community, you and I wouldn't be sitting here talking right now.
Right, you're right. I haven't even thought about that. Music wise, I know, like you just said, it's a business at the same time, and I think a lot of people forget that. So most of the times, it's like these little gyms and stuff like that. People forget that, you need to advertise yourself at the same time. So they just put that music out there and just on Spotify,
marketing and
Apple
promo.
Music. Yeah, they forget all about that, or they just put it out there and think that Instagram is just enough. They don't want to pay nobody to do anything like that. So make sure when y'all guys are putting y'all music out, make sure y'all doing that advertising, all that stuff. Absolutely.
Every independent artist, you have to have some form of a budget. Period, point blank. And it may not be in the thousands. It might be a couple $100 a month. Sit down, figure out what all the bills are in your life. And this is that gym I'm dropping.
Right.
Figure out what all your bills are. Rent, car note, car insurance, whatever ones you got that you got to pay. How much ever you got left over, instead of, buying weed, whatever. If you serious about your music and put enough into your music, you're going to be able to buy all the weed and jewelry that you want.
Right.
I'm not saying you got to deprive yourself totally, but you got to pick and choose your battles. Like, what is more important to you?
Right.
A lot of artists, sadly to say, but I'm going to say it, sorry, not sorry, y'all hustling backwards.
Right.
Straight like that. So with that being said, where are you getting your gems and jewels from, because you understand that you got to invest in your music?
Trial and error and stuff like that. And then I listen to a lot of like podcasts and listen to all these like Waka Flocka and all that stuff. Actually, my sister was telling me that Waka Flocka listens to damn, I forget his name. He was the president too. Donald Trump. There it is. Donald Trump. Yeah, he listens to a lot of Donald Trump, reads a lot of Donald Trump books and stuff like that about business and stuff. And people forget that you're in the music. You are the business. So you need to like open up LLCs and all this stuff for yourself. So when you doing all this money you're spending, if you're spending it, because like you said, people hustling backwards and stuff like that. Open up that LLC, so when it's time to do your taxes and stuff, all that stuff becomes a write-off and stuff like that.
It's absolute facts, and that's the one thing about Trump is he's an amazing businessman. That's why when he was in office, things were going a little bit better, and people were making more money because he was running this country like a business. Joey, we ain't gonna go there. But no, Donald Trump, and you have to, like, if you really do your research on him, he's filed bankruptcy like 7 times, and that's okay.
Right.
That's what it's about, trial and error. You're gonna fumble a few times before you finally succeed.
Right, yeah. It's happened. Like, I've been figuring, like I said, trial and error, I've been figuring out as I go that, like, all this money you invest in yourself, you go ahead and claim that on your taxes when it's time to do the tax, or do it as a write-off when it's time to do your taxes to get it back. Absolutely.
So let's talk about like this hip hop business as a whole, you know, and you answer as much as you want. You know what I'm saying? I don't never like people to feel uncomfortable. There's a lot that goes on in this business. You know, I just had this discussion a day or two ago. It seems like, sadly, a lot of these rappers, when they get to a certain level, they either end up getting killed or getting locked up.
Right.
What are you doing to avoid both of those from happening? I mean, I know it's inevitable. We're all going to die, but, you know.
Some of them, you know, I've been watching like a couple of them or whatever. When they get the money and stuff, like they've made their millions and stuff like that, but they won't leave where they grew up from. So
right. They stay in the streets.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem right there. You don't have to be in the streets or whatever to, like, you've already made your money. Why are you still
100%
going around doing the same shit? So
you have to move differently.
Yeah. And I guess that's another thing that they don't want people to say, oh, you changed since you got money. Like, you're supposed to at the same time.
Duh, yeah.
Oh, you moved, you got security with you all the time. Like, I listen to people, like, that's dumb. If you got all this money on you and stuff like that, why wouldn't you have security?
Wouldn't you? You have to protect your life because we can lose it all and get it back. The only thing we can't lose and get back is our life.
Right. So, yeah, that and a lot of, like you said, people, the drugs. They, I don't know.
These youngins got to pipe down on taking them pills.
Right, that's the biggest.
Them pain pills and drinking that lean and stuff. Y'all got to pipe down, man. Like, I ain't here to preach and sound like y'all mama, but.
I don't know if, like, the rap took it off or whatever, but, yeah, that's where they just going crazy on these pills.
Yeah.
And the drinking and stuff like that.
Yeah, they gotta slow down with that because too many really young, you know, men and women are losing their lives because they're basically taking their lives, you know.
Right.
So I just wanted to touch on that for a minute. You know, taking it to a positive side, you know, within this music business, what's been one of your accolades, highlight moments, accomplishments that you can share with us?
I don't know. I feel like I have so many because it's like every time I put out a song, to me, that's like a accolade right there. So, like, I've been working, I think, like, this year with my music, like, it's slow. Like, you got to continue doing what you do. So, every little growth is something. But this last year, basically, when you do the Spotify music wrap-up, I end up having, like, it was like 40,000, 30,000 listens or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
that's great.
I started with nothing. And then, like, just seeing it, like, grow, that's an accolade to me.
It is.
Anything. So people writing you in your inbox and telling you, oh, yo, this is fire and stuff like that, I approve of all of that. So
yeah,
don't stop doing it.
No, absolutely. And you have to take all that in because it keeps you humble.
Right.
You know, if people start to think, man, I only got 1,000 views on that video. Only? Like, that's a lot.
Yeah, because when you started, you probably only got 30.
Exactly, if like that. So. Some of them might have like 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, all those are definitely accomplishments and accolades within this music community. What sets you apart from all the other artists out here?
That's the question. It's always asked.
You should be prepared for it then.
Right. I think my answer changes every single time. But, cause a lot of artists are different. So it's hard to actually like tell you like what sets yourself different from apart. But what I do, when I'm in the studio, I feel like, because I feel like most people have like this entourage of people in them in the studio with them. I'm always by myself.
Yeah.
There's nobody in the studio with me because you need to like get your thinking on
100%.
Stuff like that. I always try to think about, I'm not just in there just writing or just running about drugs, guns, stuff like that. I'm always trying to either like put a story to it and make sure I have something that's catchy so it'll stick with people when they hear it. So things like that I try to do to make myself like separate from other artists.
Absolutely, most definitely. I mean, you just being you separates you. Mm-hmm. Period. Because there's a lot of artists out here who, not in a bad way or in a weird way, but they'll try to mimic people that they look up to. Mm-hmm. Understandably so, because they're like, if that person inspires them, they want to be like that person. Right. But I think by you just being 100% you and not allowing anybody to influence your situation per se makes you stand out, makes you different. Right,
which is crazy because my favorite artist, like the one that actually like inspired me the most, is Tyga.
Okay, why? Break that down.
Cause all his songs, like at first, his songs are like hit and miss, and people are like, nah, he can't rap and stuff like that. But you see him, he's still going. Like
100%.
Not one time, and he's still out there doing music. So
Yeah.
I always like envied that. So I was like, you know what? If he can still go and keep going, I can do it too. So
Absolutely. And we definitely, I'm saying us as humans cannot compare our journey to no one else's.
right,
Because I've been doing this going on 12 years now, and I feel like I could be so much further than I am, but it's just God's speed.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And same with you. You probably been doing it a long time, and you're like, dang, there's artists that started after me and they're ahead of me. We
Right.
can't beat ourselves up over that.
exactly. Some people try to do like shortcuts and stuff, and it
Yeah.
always, I feel like it always end up messing them up somehow.
It sets you back.
Right, trying to like fake accounts and stuff. Like I feel like
Yeah.
if you're doing like the followers and all that stuff,
Yeah.
the fake followers and stuff, it's gonna come back on you somehow.
Well, absolutely, because all you're going to have is a bunch of like dormant accounts that are
Bots
just
and stuff
there.
like that.
Back in the day, numbers didn't lie.
Mm-hmm.
Today, numbers lie. We know. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it takes a long time.
to
I'm
gain
talking years to gain an organic following.
Right.
And you have to, one of the things with that is you have to stay consistently posting, not just posting, but posting good content.
Right. Because I messed up with that too. Because I've been, I think like, what are we in, 2023 now? So 2021, I dealt with like anxiety, like real bad. So like you can catch, like if you were posting, I was posting almost like every day or every other day or whatever. The minute you stop posting for like, I think like 2 weeks or something like that, and then try to come back and post those likes that you were getting before, you don't get them anymore.
Absolutely. I agree. And that, and not only that, but Instagram's algorithm as a whole has changed. There were times where I would post a picture and I would literally get 4,000 to 5,000 likes.
Right.
Now it's like you struggle to get 400 or 500. You know what I'm saying? Because the way the algorithm changes and I'm not posting as much. So
Right.
it's like, again, we're not in competition with nobody but ourselves.
Yourself, you're trying to beat the person you was yesterday. That's all you got to do. You'll get there.
Facts. So, on that note, we in 2023, still early.
Right.
What can we expect to see from you this year that we haven't seen in the previous years on the music business side?
Like I said, I'm trying to do way more shows than I did because I didn't really do any last year because like I've only been out here for like two years now. I
Yeah.
think. And last year was the most shows I've done. So I'm trying to do more shows this year, do more albums, do more features with everybody, and just get my name out there in Atlanta. So
Yeah.
you're gonna see a lot of me this year.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. That's what it's all about is, as an artist, even though if an artist is introverted or whatever, you got to force yourself to get out there and show face.
Yep. More interviews too, because I don't really.
Yeah.
I haven't done that many interviews. I usually just do the music and do the advertisements, but not the interviews and stuff like that. So yeah, I need to get into doing the interviews more as well.
Let me ask you this. You've probably watched a lot of interviews, right?
Yep.
You sitting in the hot seat right now, is there anything that you've ever like thought about pre-interview? Like, this is something I really want to talk about, because I want to open the floor up to you right now. Is there something in particular, a subject that you want to talk about?
Actually, the music as a business, because we've already been just talking about that. But yeah, that's what I really wanted to make sure, because I know my brother, because I'm like, he does music too, so I'm always talking to him about it and just trying to make sure that everyone knows, like, yo, you are a business.
Absolutely.
So make sure you treating yourself as a business.
Facts.
Even if you like you said, it was
Trilly Polk.
how he came from Texas to Atlanta to do that show. He can treat whatever plane ticket or drive or whatever he did to get here, that can be a write-off for you.
100%.
And you get that back on your taxes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you really have to treat yourself as a business. Everybody else is doing it, so you need to do it too.
Absolutely. It can only cost $100 to establish an LLC.
Yep.
$50 a year thereafter to keep it active. Your EIN number's free. You know what I'm saying? You had to get your Duns and Bradstreet. Like, once you establish that and get you a couple net 30 accounts and get them rolling, that's when you can start getting them business bank loans and stuff.
Yep.
OPM, other people's money.
Right. And start putting all that stuff in your business and you good to go.
Absolutely. So let's talk about business-wise, outside of music. Is there other business ventures that you're pursuing?
I guess you can call them like little side hustles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I tattoo on the side too.
Oh,
So
I didn't know that.
even though It started off like, cause I can draw and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And then one day I was like, you know what? I can make whatever the cost of the little tattoo machine was, which I think was like $100. I was like, I can make this money back.
What?
with
Oh, I thought
tattoo.
it would have been way more expensive
Nah,
than
the
that.
tattoo machine is literally like $100. A decent one, but they get expensive. Like
I'm
any
sure.
other thing, but yeah,
Yeah.
started off just like that. And I was like, you know what? I can make this back with one tattoo, basically. So
All right, so let's dive into that for a minute because I love tats. I've got several of them. They're just covered right now. Your very first one. Do you remember that? Your very first tattoo you did on someone?
on someone, yeah. I did the one that I did it on myself.
Okay,
My
but
very first one I
the
did on
first
myself.
one that you did on someone else.
Right.
You remember that? What was the tattoo?
It was a heart. So yeah, it was a heart. I did the heart.
Like, we starting simple over here, okay?
Yeah, it was just a heart. So it was easy. We got it. It was good. So
Were you nervous?
at
A
first,
little bit?
yeah, because
You're like,
it's permanent at first. So you stick that needle in them, you mess it up. It's a wrap.
absolutely. So from that point till now, have you gotten a lot more comfortable with it?
Yeah. So I've been doing it now. It's only been like 2 years.
Okay.
2-3 years now. So I've been doing it. I'm way comfortable now.
That's dope. So majority of the clients that come to you, are they coming to you where you're drawing it out for them, or do they already have like, something picked out? Like, how does that work for you?
They usually have something picked out, and
Yeah.
then I'll either they tell me like they want something like this, and I'll do my own little twist.
You'll
to it.
customize it.
So it's more comfortable for me to do. So
Yeah.
and then send it back to them. Hey, is this good for you? And it's usually like that. Or they'll have like my brother. He drew something last time that he wanted. He said he wanted it just like that. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, so it comes and goes just like that.
That's dope. So do you do it mobily, or do you have a shop you work out of?
Mobily right now.
Yeah.
'Cause, like I don't think I'm not that dedicated yet. For
Yeah,
it to be inside
understood.
of a
To
shop yet.
actually, because it's very expensive to have a place of business.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you can do it mobily, why not?
So every time I go back to Tampa, it's like, hey, I'm on my way to Tampa. We want these tattoos.
Book them tats up.
Right.
That's really dope, man. That is definitely a great side hustle, because I think people from all walks of life want tats. There's some people go their entire life and never get one. But nowadays, like, shoot, my pops is in his 70s, and he's like, I want my first tattoo next time I come back. I'm like, okay, I'll take you to get one. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
yeah.
So it's like people don't discriminate. I think it's become, I would say back in the day, you see people tatted up. Some people kind of might look weird, but now it's like it's becomes the norm.
Yeah, everybody, like I said, like you said, everybody wants a tattoo.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I was telling I was telling one person, he was like, yeah, I'm trying to get a tattoo, and I was like, I'm just learning, so I'm not going. I don't think I should tattoo you. And he was like, oh, I don't care. And I was like, oh, well, let me get this money then.
Yeah, no, for real. And I mean, you need more bodies to practice on.
Right.
Really, practice makes perfect. You know what I'm
so that
saying?
was, like I said, I was originally just practicing on myself and my brother. And then when these people, like I post them, oh, you do tattoos? And I was like, yeah, I just started. I'm trying to get this. And I was like, yeah, bro, I just started. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. I want a tattoo.
That is dope. That's dope that people trust you like that, though. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So tattooing is definitely a thing for you. Music is the thing for you. What else you enjoy doing?
Like I said, I started with poems, so I like to I write poems.
You're right,
a little bit
okay.
sometimes, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And drawing. Like, I do those things because it keeps me calm, keeps me going and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So
keeps you
me-
focused.
Yeah, so whatever keeps me calm, things like that is what I do. So anything art-wise, paint,
Yeah.
tattoo,
That's
drawing,
dope.
music, anything like that.
So when it comes to writing, is the extent of your writing music, or have you ever thought about writing for film or a book or anything like that?
I haven't,
Yeah.
but that's a good idea, too.
Yeah.
Like, as long as it put a story, because if you can put a story in music, you can figure out a way to put a story in some type of book. Or some type of-
Absolutely. And that's another business in itself.
Right. And you got all these artists who have books at the same time.
They
too,
do.
So
A lot
they
of
figure-
them.
Yeah. So they figured it out. I can figure it out. So
No, you sure can. Absolutely. Just find you a good publisher to help you out with it, and boom,
so yeah.
just do the writing.
Yeah, that's gonna pop up in one of my. That's a note right there. So.
That's on the bucket list for 2023. Excuse me. Start the book.
Right.
What else you got coming up for us? What can we expect?
This year, like I said, because because I just put out that EP Time's Up too.
Yeah.
So while that's still
Marinating,
I'm working on reaching out to people, listening to how they're doing their music and stuff like that, so I can get these collaborations going. Because I've noticed, like I said, I'm good at I have like the bars and stuff like that, but my biggest problem is a hook.
Yeah.
Doing choruses and stuff like that. Like I've got a couple, like 3, but when I'm doing my music, that is like the hardest part.
Yeah.
Just find something that someone that people remember, but that still hits too at the same time.
Right, because that typically is the first part of a song that people remember,
right,
or resonate to. Because a lot of these songs that are out here don't be all that great, but the hook is catchy, and that's what makes it go viral.
Exactly.
Especially on places like TikTok.
Especially TikTok.
Yeah, like, there's a lot of artists out here, and their music's mediocre, but they have a really catchy hook, and boom, now it goes viral because people are doing dances to it or challenges and all this other stuff.
And I think now a lot of, because those last, I think it was like 2 songs on there that I did, they have samples in there, and samples are popping off right now too. So I've been trying to work on getting samples as well as with the samples, find a song that has a hook to it too. I don't know when the samples, they just started popping back up, so everyone has a sample. And
they definitely do. Who would be your dream collab besides Tyga?
So like I said, my top, I don't want a Drake feature, but I like Drake.
Of course, he the GOAT.
Yeah, so Tyga, Drake, and J. Cole, those like the top 3 that, and they probably gonna hate me for this one, but Tory Lanez too. I listen to Tory Lanez.
Ain't nothing wrong with it. Listen, I still am a fan of R. Kelly, even though people like bash him and say he's this, that, and the third. You can't deny he's a talented dude.
Yeah, like Tory Lanez, you can't deny. Like
absolutely, what they do in their personal life is their business.
Right.
I'm still a fan of their music.
Right.
They ain't did nothing personally to me. You know what I'm saying?
So yeah, Tory Lanez.
All right, so we're going to twist this just a little bit. Who would be a female artist that you would like to get a record with?
Right now? The one popping right now, Glorilla.
Okay, Big Glow.
Right. Yeah, she's funny. Hilarious to me.
She's so dope. She's so dope. Big shout out to Glorilla, man. What I love about her, and I'm going to ask you the same question, is the tone of her voice. She got that kind of deep voice, which I love. I've always been a fan of that. I always like raspy, kind of deep voices. I wish mine slick was a little bit raspier and deeper. Like, I love that about her because I think men and women can resonate with it.
Right.
What is it about Glorilla that just makes you think she's so dope?
The way she started, basically, because she you don't really catch, like, because most people, like, now they're already out or whatever, but like she's running with it. Like that F&F song, when she got that, she ran with it, and like every time now she just won an award.
Yes, she did.
Most talented rapper or something
at the Grammys, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
I don't know the name of the award, but she just won an award, and she just came
major.
out last year.
That's major. That lets you know people are really resonating to her.
Right. So she got it. You just run with it, like just run with it as many ways you can. And she's been collaborating with all type of with people. So she just met Beyonce. I think she said, I seen that on Instagram too and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. I had seen a friend of mine today. He made a post on his Instagram about how when he first came out, he's not even an artist, he does other stuff, that there was a lot of hate towards what he's got going on. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. He's a positive dude. He's a fun dude. If that comes your way where people are just like, negativity and stuff, how do you deal with it, or do you not deal with it at all?
I don't.
Yeah.
Like, in my songs, I always say, like, I'm going to let people think what they want to think. I ain't clearing up nothing. And that's what you want to think it, because that negativity is also publicity.
It is.
Stuff like that. So you think what you want to think. I ain't clearing up nothing.
Nah, that's facts. I just wanted to ask you that because I think a lot of people in this business get caught up in taking a lot of that stuff too personal. Mm-hmm. I'm like, it's never personal. Them people don't even know you.
Right.
The people who have the most to say are the ones who have the least going on. Yep. If they got time to come on your Instagram and talk all that junk, that means they ain't got no life.
Right. And you gonna get that, because I've had people coming in like, nah, that's trash, and then everyone else is doing a little fire emoji. So it's like, I like your comment.
Yeah.
And I ain't gonna say nothing to you. There ain't nothing for me to say. And you do that, and then you'll end up making that person, they'll get their little publicity or whatever. That's so I feel like that's, like everyone said, that's why 6ix9ine got hot.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. So you just, at the end of the day, you just have to do you.
Right. So
straight like that.
Don't even get any attention.
Tell everybody what the most recent single that's out that people can go check out.
The most recent single that is out is going to be actually the EP. My EP dropped Time's Up 2. That it's only like 4 songs on there.
Time's Up 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
My daughter loves that. Loves that. She listens to it over and over and over.
How old is she?
She's 6.
Aw, she's your biggest fan.
Right. She has a little ad lib in there, so when she goes,
that's dope that you included her.
Right, I've included her in. I think she's on like 3 songs because I have a song called "No Love City." If you ever look at it on there, it's the skyline of Tampa.
Dope.
And she's in the background, no love, and everyone loves when they hear her voice in the song. So,
oh, that is dope. How long was that EP in the works?
I give it like 4 or 5 months.
Okay, so you took your time with it.
Mm-hmm.
I be hearing some artists saying, "Yeah, I did it in 2 weeks." I'm like, "Dang!"
Like, see, it takes me. Like I said, sometimes it takes me a minute to write a song because I can't just go in there and just off the top of my head just go.
Yeah,
because it has to make sense to me at the same time. And then I had to find, because they have, I think like 3 of those songs have samples in there. So I had to find those songs,
get them cleared,
that I liked at the same time too.
Yeah.
So I could work with.
How did the title come about? Explain it to me.
So I did one, and it was like, because I was, like I said, I was dealing with like anxiety, so I wasn't doing anything, no music and everything. So when I ended up getting over that, I was like, bro, I'm back, time's up for everyone
real.
else. So when I did that, I put it out, and then I stopped doing music again for a minute. Like I was trying to, but I couldn't like just get into it. And then the end of like last year, I was putting out songs, but I felt like they weren't really my best.
Yeah.
So then when I got to this part of, I think I put it out like December, end of November, beginning of December. So when I got there and I felt like, I'm feeling good again. So then I put that one out.
Yeah.
So that's where I was like, time's up. Y'all had y'all time to shine. I'm back.
Nah, for real. And you have to do it when it feels right for you.
Right.
Because you got to be comfortable with it first, and you got to believe in it first, or else you can't expect anybody else to.
Exactly. So, yeah, I've done those times where you get into the studio, and like I told you, I'm not really – when I get a chorus that I got and I know that, this is it, I can do it to write a song and stuff like that. But I put out a song where I had the verses already written, but when you can tell that, the chorus ain't going right with this. And I put out a song like that, and I was like, I can tell that. If I feel like I can tell it, they can tell it. So
right, absolutely.
So, yeah, you can't just go in there and just, I'm finna just rap. You have to. I sit in there, I listen to the songs over and over and over, and then I can write to this.
Yeah.
So it takes me a minute to write a song. So it takes like 4 or 5 months for me.
That's good that you take your time. So it's available on all the digital platforms?
Yep, all platforms.
Any visuals out off of the EP yet?
Besides like little Instagram,
like
TikTok
stuff?
videos and stuff like that. I don't got a video yet, but I'm working on one.
Yeah.
We'll work on one. I already got an idea for like what I want and stuff like that. I just have to like write it down and get it in the works and actually go out and start filming it.
Do you have a videographer? Because if you don't, I can point you to a phenomenal one.
There was one I met at in Augusta.
Okay.
And I have him in this area. I only have one, but back home, yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, that's fine. I like to ask because sometimes artists that aren't really from here, they're like, I don't really know any good ones. Well, I got some that I can, but you got somebody that's dope.
Yeah, as soon as I go, like if I'm doing a show and I see somebody with a camera, you do video?
Yeah.
Let me get your Instagram.
That's what you got to do.
You do this? Let me get your Instagram. What's your price? That's another thing. People scared to ask people a price or whatever because I feel like those features and stuff like that, people like, as soon as somebody say, no, I charge for features, then they're like, you charge for features. And it's like, he's a business.
This is a business. And let me just speak on this just for a second, maybe 30 seconds. I think it's okay as an independent artist to charge for features from people that come to you for one.
Right.
Because they came to you because they seen value in you.
Right.
They wouldn't come to you and say, hey, can I get a feature from you if they thought you were whack or you didn't have any value?
Exactly.
So they need to be prepared to pay for that.
Mm-hmm. Whether it's to pay them or pay for the studio
time.
I've had some people tell me that, like, you don't got to do nothing, just pay studio time.
Yeah, and that's cool too. Because they got to be compensated somehow because studio time costs money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's okay. Not to say that you're going to charge $2,000 for that feature. You might charge them $100, but something.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's a business.
Plus, you came to them. You using their time, so time's money. So,
Nah, for real. Facts, man. Before we get up out of here, give us one thing about Keylluminati. I gotta say it slow. I'm a little slow. Give us one thing about you that people don't know.
There's a lot about me people don't know.
One thing you don't mind sharing that's not gonna incriminate you. You're a father. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Father. Only one daughter. One
Yeah.
daughter, one child.
You want more kids?
That's the hard part because I have a daughter and then you be like and then she'll do something you're like nah, not another one.
If God blesses it that way, then cool, right?
Yeah.
What's your favorite food?
Spaghetti.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you cook it really good?
I know how to make it. I know how to make it for me, but like when you get people who make them different, you got people who throw shrimp and all that type of stuff.
Oh yeah, that's
throw
kind of weird.
Different type of things in there, and I love spaghetti. Italian food, that's my go-to.
That's your go-to. How do you stay so slim eating pasta?
I don't know.
You got a high metabolism.
Yeah, that's going to it has to be that because I've been trying to gain weight for a while too.
I'd be glad to give you 20 pounds. You can have it.
Yeah, I've been trying. I guess the thing, I work out a lot too.
Are you consuming enough protein?
I think I do. I've tried. People told me I've tried mass gainers and stuff like that. It does not stick.
I think just for some people, I know a couple guys who they've been small since knee high to a grasshopper.
Right.
And they're in their 30s now, going on 40, and they're just super slim. I just think that a lot of men have a higher metabolism. Women are intended to carry more weight because we bear children.
Right.
We're supposed to have cellulite and a little bit of belly fat and stuff. So ladies, you ain't got to suck all that out. We're supposed to have it. I'm just saying it's okay. And I don't think the men mind too much.
Right.
Little cushion for the pushing.
Yeah, that's what they chase anyway. So
Right. Big facts, man. Tell everybody where they can follow you at on your socials.
find me on all social media at Keylluminati, KEYLLUMINATI. All social media. You need a tattoo, you can hit me up there too. I got you.
Real quickly, break the name down for us, because I'm quite sure people might make their own assumptions.
Yep, exactly. So it was a Instagram name at first, right?
Okay.
So it started as an Instagram name. I just put it up there because I had it like Careless Key or whatever. But then Keylluminati, I took it from Tupac, Keylluminati or whatever. That's where even my little motto that I have from it, I didn't even know. I wasn't paying. I guess that's where I got it from because I wasn't paying attention. When I put Keylluminati tatted on the body, I listened to old Tupac song.
Yeah.
And then he says Keylluminati all through your body or something like
Yeah.
that. So I was like, oh, that's probably where I got that from because I thought of it.
It was subliminally planted in your head.
Yeah, so it started as just the Instagram name or whatever. And then I started doing music and I was like, well, I'll just use my Instagram name and stuff like that. Because I was going to change it to like Keylluminate or whatever, but I didn't like it. It was supposed to be like just Let Me Shine because my first K-E-Y, that's just the first part of my name, Key.
Yeah.
I just wanted it to be something like that, like to show that I can shine. I shine bright and stuff like that. But then I thought about it and I was like, this is like a attention grabber too at the same time.
Yeah.
People are like, what the f-?
Absolutely.
And let me click on this, see what this is about and stuff like that. And then they hear the music and it's like, oh, okay. And then I get the comments, oh, yo, you dope. So
that is dope.
There's only one person I tried to do a song with that was like, nah, I'm not going to do a song with you unless you change your name. And I was
Are
like,
you
well,
serious?
I'm not doing no song with you because.
That's weird. Hey, then that just means it wasn't meant to be.
Right, so I don't even know. I rap better than them anyways.
I'm glad that they told you that up front rather than you getting a song together and then they tell you later how they feel because then that's going to make the vibe weird.
Right. So, yeah, it ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
It's just the name.
No, that's what's up, though. That's dope. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
I've been giving them shout outs through the whole EA Dre, RFB for Life, RFB for Life. She has a video coming out.
Dope.
I don't know when it's coming out, but it's getting ready to come out. It's called Day Thinking. Y'all make sure y'all tune into that when she drops it. I'm definitely going to repost it on my Instagram. So when she drops that, EA Dre says he has music getting ready to come. So whenever he puts his out, I'll repost that and let everybody know about that too.
Yeah.
My other brother, his Instagram name changes so much. Slumdog Biz. Shout out to him too. But yeah, just those 3.
Dope.
That's like my circle. That's all. That's it.
That's it. I feel you. Last but not least, we are live on the Industry's Most Wanted podcast. Boom. Keylluminati in the building.
Wanted.
Go ahead and let everybody know what makes you the industry's most wanted.
Oh yeah, I want to be part of the industry's most wanted. Like, this is my new home for everybody that's listening.
That's fine.
My new home. You'll see me posting this a lot.
I'm gonna adopt you.
Industry's most wanted. Y'all see everything I got going on for myself. Like, I got, like I said, I'm dropping little gems about the business and stuff like that. So if y'all need to get with me, I'll let you know. Hey, what you cannot do with yourself as a business. So
yeah,
you need any information on that? Let me know.
Straight like that, man. I appreciate you being here. Give me some love one more time.
No problem.
Boom, we up out of here, y'all.
Deuces.
Don't play with me, don't play with me, don't play with me. And she know that I got it, so don't play with me, don't play with me, don't play with me. I said I got it, my nigga, so don't play with me.